let's get on to the first message today. And the first topic we've picked today comes to us from Sebastian Dietz, who writes, "So now that the mouse house swallowed the sweet fox pie, what do you think will happen to Dark Phoenix? With all the negative reviews," well, there haven't been any negative reviews. Just to be clear, there have been no reviews. With all the negative reviews, do you think it's plausible for them to put it directly to Disney Plus? Or is this too long, considering the majority of the movie's cost is already spent and they need to get the box office money back, even if it's on the way of flopping? All right, thanks a lot for the question, Sebastian. And yes, a big question going around right now is Dark Phoenix. Now, we are less than 3 months away from this movie coming out. Okay, we're I don't know, what are we at here? Maybe like 10 weeks away? I haven't done the math, but we're not that far away from Dark Phoenix coming out. There has been word floating around. There have been no reviews. Let's be clear about that. There have been no reviews of this movie. What there have been, including a couple that I have heard, some reports from people, close to the movie saying the movie did not work out the way they were hoping it would work out. That the movie is in a little bit of a mess. But hey, I haven't seen the film. I don't know that that's true. You haven't seen the film, so you don't know that that's true. But that's kind of the scuttlebutt going around. There's a phrase I haven't used in like 10 years, scuttlebutt. Anyway, that's the scuttlebutt going around right now, is that Dark Phoenix is a bit of a mess of a film. But we don't know that. There haven't been any reviews. So let's hold our horses on that. With Disney launching Disney Plus, there's been a lot of speculation both about Dark Phoenix and the New Mutants. Because it looks like New Mutants is going to go straight to streaming, because apparently they have half the film to reshoot and they haven't even started the reshoots, and it looks like that's not going to happen, so whatever. But it's got a lot of people asking, could Dark Phoenix just end up going straight to streaming? There are some arguments for why, yes, it should. If it's not going to be received that well, maybe you use it as another incentive to get people who are into X-Men, the last major X-Men film to be made outside of Marvel, come and watch it on Disney Plus. So there's an incentive for that. That speaks to it. But honestly, I can't see any scenario, to be honest, that they don't release this in theaters. Couple things keep in mind. Number one, the budget on it's already spent. They already spent that money. It's spent. Number two, they've already spent probably $30 million in marketing this thing. So it's not like, we could save ourselves all that marketing money if we just put this thing straight to streaming. Well, that's not true. They've already spent a bunch of it, and they probably only have another like $30 million they're going to spend. I don't expect they're going to spend $150 million on marketing this thing. So it's probably only about another $30 or $40 million that they need to spend on the marketing. So let's just for a second assume, even though there's no reason to assume this, but just for the sake of the argument, let's just assume for a second for fun that X-Men Dark Phoenix is an absolute flop. Let's say it makes $200 million worldwide total, okay? It'll make more than that, but let's say, just for the sake of argument, absolute flop, makes $200 million worldwide. Okay. That's still $200 million. So, like if you're Disney right now, if you're Bob Iger and you're looking at X-Men Dark Phoenix, and you say, okay, so bare minimum we'll make on this if we put it in theaters is probably about $200 million. And all we have to do at this point to get that $200 million is spend another $30 or $40 million in marketing. Well, then that's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. Would you spend $30? Would you not spend $30 to get $200? Of course you would. That's basic math. Then on top of that, they can still put it up on Disney Plus whenever Disney Plus is ready to launch. So you get to have your cake and eat it too. Put it in, and the reality is this movie is probably going to make minimum 300. So if you're going to try to make, if you can automatically get, and you're safely get 200 to 300 million by just spending an extra 30 or 40 million, because the production money has already been spent. A bunch of the marketing money's already been spent. So that money's been spent. All you got to do now is put another 30, 40 million and you get 200 to 300 million. It's no questions asked. No questions asked. So is it possible they surprise us and take Dark Phoenix and put it straight to Disney Plus? Possible, I guess. But it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any financial sense. And at the end of the day, that's what they're most concerned about. So I fully expect, and not to mention, we're so close now. It's not like this movie isn't scheduled to come out for another 7 months. We're less than 12 weeks away. So yeah, I fully expect that we're going to see Dark Phoenix in theaters. Whether that's going to be a good experience or bad, I don't know. We're going to have to wait to find out, but I do expect it to be in theaters.